Harry desperately gets shocking news in California after Charles delivers second ban on his royal roll. Prince Harry and Prince Andrew face further changes to their roles as the House of Lords will debate a motion that would ban their roles as Secretaries of State. The amendment to tomorrow's Councillor of State Bill will seek to exclude royals who've not in the immediately preceding 2 years undertaken royal duties on a regular basis. A cabinet source insisted it was neither the government nor Buckingham Palace's position that the plan would remove either prince from being a Councillor of State. Labour peer Viscount Stansgate told the House of Lords that it was the right time to discuss a sensible amendment with the King. Meanwhile, Prince Edward will miss out on becoming Duke of Edinburgh, despite the Queen making that promise to him before her death. His Majesty King Charles III will instead keep the title himself without using it in order to achieve a slimmed-down monarchy, a courtier has revealed. The late Queen and Prince Philip had promised that Prince Edward would get the title in the event of his father's death when he married Sophie Wessex in 1999. The King wants to slim down the monarchy, as I well know. That means it wouldn't make sense to make the Earl the Duke of Edinburgh. It's a hereditary title, which would then be passed on to the Earl and Countess of Wessex's son, James Viscount Severn. Essentially, this was accepted by the Earl when he agreed that his children would not be a prince or princess. A Buckingham Palace statement after Prince Edward's wedding 23 years ago said, "The Queen, the Duke of Edinburgh and the Prince of Wales have also agreed that Prince Edward should be given the Dukedom of Edinburgh in due discourse, when the present title held now by Prince Philip eventually reverts to the crown." It comes after the King asked Parliament to expand his councillors of state to include Prince Edward and Princess Anne. This will allow his siblings to be able to stand in for him when he's overseas or unwell. The move was largely to avoid Princes Harry or Andrew being called upon. Writing to the House of Lords, King Charles said he would be most content if the number of councillors of state be increased to include my brother and sister, the Princess Royal and the Earl of Wessex. It was previously reported that Charles was considering changing the law so that councillors of state are only working members of the royal family. A private member's bill will discuss in Parliament next month whether the monarchs should be given powers to remove royal titles. But with Charles and the government understood to be against such a proposal, it's unlikely to see the light of day, according to royal correspondent Richard Palmer. He's claimed there's no sign Charles wants Harry and Andrew to be relieved of their titles, even though neither are currently carrying out royal duties. The interesting thing about the titles is the monarch has no power to remove them, so it would need a change in the law. Rachel Maskell, the MP for York, is bringing a private member's bill to Parliament in early December that would do just that. She's particularly concerned about the Duke of York, and she thinks her constituents don't want Prince Andrew to be the Duke of York anymore, so she wants to create the facility for the King to take the title away. But a private member's bill has very little chance of making it into law unless the government takes it up and supports it. At the moment, there is no sign that the government is going to do that, perhaps because the King doesn't want them to do that. The King doesn't want to humiliate any further his brother or his youngest son, Prince Harry. That would be what I guess.